Good morning, it's Tuesday the 10th of September and you're listening to the Business Insights podcast from Business News Wales. The Welsh economy grew by 2.3% in 2018, making Wales the fastest growing nation across the UK. Why is the Welsh economy so resilient, and is Wales ready to compete on the international stage? What are Welsh Government priorities with regards to the renewable industry, social enterprise, and of course the M40 Frode alternatives? To discuss this and more today, I'm joined by Minister for the Economy and Transport, Ken Skates. Hi, Ken.
Hi, Mark. It's great to be with you.
Thanks for joining us, Ken. So 2018 figures are out, and Wales is apparently the fastest growing economy of all UK nations. Why is the Welsh economy so resilient?
Well, I think it's a testament to the actions of the Welsh Government in supporting businesses the length and breadth of Wales and supporting the economy across the country during incredibly difficult times. But we're making strategic investments in terms of infrastructure, in terms of supporting those industries of tomorrow that will provide sustainable employment. And as we look to the years ahead, there are some exciting facilities that are either reaching completion or that we can see on the horizon. For example, the Advanced Manufacturing Research Centre, which will ensure that the advanced manufacturing sector in Wales, which provides huge numbers of jobs, goes on growing from strength to strength.
The figures are, of course, encouraging. What do you think are the priority sectors, certainly for yourself and Welsh Government going forward?
Clearly, Wales has a rich tradition in manufacturing, in particular right now in advanced manufacturing. So I see the automotive and the aerospace sectors as being crucially important to the economy, particularly during the transition to a low carbon economy. And we've seen a number of manufacturers in the automotive sector talk about huge amounts of research and development funding going into new products. We're hoping to capture as much as that as possible for Wales. Likewise, in the aerospace sector, with the development of the composite wing of tomorrow, again, we aim to be global leaders in that regard. Alongside advanced manufacturing, the financial services sector is hugely important to Wales. The visitor economy, tourism, again, many rural parts of Wales, that's incredibly important. Agriculture, likewise, in terms of community resilience and cohesion, the agriculture sector is vitally important. But then we've also got some areas of specialisms within Wales that we should build on. For example, the compound semiconductor cluster, growing pharmaceuticals sector and life sciences sector. And I think these are things that have grown as a consequence of government working in close partnership with business in recent years. And it's something that we should be immensely proud of.
You talk about advanced manufacturing. I think Industry 4.0 is propelling us into what some might refer to as the fourth industrial revolution. What's your thoughts?
Well, it's my view that we are already in that fourth industrial revolution. And if this revolution goes the same way as previous industrial revolutions, we'll see more jobs created through it than are going to be lost or changed. Now, if we're to capitalize from 4.0, or call it what you may, what we have to do is make sure that businesses and government are investing together in the development of digital innovation, the development of skills that are going to be required in the economy of tomorrow. And in order to do that, we have to be well informed. So I commissioned a report from Professor Phil Brown concerning the future of the economy and the impact that digitization is going to have on it. That report makes an incredibly strong case for government to focus resources very much on businesses that need to adapt to the fourth industrial revolution, that need to invest in the new skills of the economy.
Ken, the Welsh Government have obviously declared a climate emergency. What about the renewables market? Lots going on in that sector at the moment.
Well, it's incredibly exciting. In terms of future prospects, we wish to carve out an identity for Wales as a renewables nation, and that most certainly includes the energy sector, whether it be wind power on land and offshore, or whether it be tidal lagoons, which we're particularly keen to see developed in Wales, and also other innovative renewable programs, many of which are already being funded either directly by Welsh Government or through EU structural funds, and which could be funded as well through growth in city deals. Wales really is one of the most innovative countries when it comes to renewable technology right now. it could be a central part of our future economy.
There is, of course, lots going on all over Wales with regards to the renewables market, in particular in Pembrokeshire. Many believe that West Wales certainly could be the green capital of Europe in the future. Is that realistic?
I think that is realistic, and I think it's an important aspiration to hold on to and to work towards. I think that part of Wales is rich in technical expertise. It could be an incredible front runner for new emerging technology concerning the renewables sector, and I'm very excited by that prospect.
Onto a topic which is slightly more controversial, Ken, the M40 Frode. Obviously, a decision was made not to go ahead with the original plan, which I think has been vindicated. However, what's the latest on the alternative plans?
Well, we commissioned Lord Burns to put together an expert panel, a commission that would look at all of the alternative proposals and indeed any other novel solutions that could be presented and considered. Lord Burns is being joined by technical experts from various fields in assessing the work that's already been undertaken by Welsh Government. They're also looking very thoroughly at all of the evidence that was submitted as part of the public local inquiry, and within 6 months of being formed, it's an incredibly tight time frame, but within 6 months of that commission being formed, we expect to have an interim report with recommendations for how we can improve the M4, particularly around the Bringlass tunnels. But we've also said to the Commission, to Lord Burns and his team of experts, that if they have any immediate recommendations that could be implemented, they shouldn't hold back for weeks or months. They can present them to us and we will implement them accordingly.
In terms of making the economy more resilient, Ken, what's your thoughts on social enterprise, employee-owned based businesses? Do you think they have a big part to play?
Yeah, very much so. Through the Economic Action Plan, we are trying to drive an economy in Wales that, yes, is future-proofed against all of the challenges that are imminent and that we're already facing, whether that be challenges concerning Brexit, challenges from transition to a digital economy, a zero emissions economy. The EAP is designed to drive a future-proofed economy, but it's also designed to drive an inclusive economy. And by that, I mean a fair economy that works for all people. I think a lot of people have felt that economic growth in the past 10 or 20 years has favoured the already wealthy and the already comfortable rather than those who really have needed to experience improvements in their levels of wealth. And central to driving inclusive growth is the social economy. And also alongside that, partnership working, social partners working together. That means making sure that businesses, the trade unions and the government all work to the same purpose.
In terms of our reputation on an international stage, Brand Wales is incredibly strong when it comes to our culture, our history, our food industry, sport. What other industries do you think we're going to start to excel at an international level?
Some of those areas of expertise that have only recently emerged, so compound semiconductor technology and development, as well as some of the major strides that Welsh experts are making in the life sciences sector, and of course some of the big advances that are going to be made in the coming years concerning the automotive and aerospace sectors. I'd like Wales to be seen as the global leader in the manufacturing of aircraft wings and the manufacturing of electric and hybrid vehicles and powertrains for those vehicles. And of course, we would love to see Wales recognised as one of the most progressive nations when it comes to being a zero carbon nation and having a green economy. And I think that could carve out a very positive impression for Wales globally, particularly at a time, because of Brexit, at a time where we are facing international bewilderment, criticism, and I think it's important that Wales is able to overcome it. And we can do that by demonstrating that we are an economy that is based on inclusive growth and green growth.
How would you like to see the Welsh economy develop over the next 5 to 10 years?
I'd like to see the Welsh economy acknowledged as something that has delivered more fairly and more equally for citizens across all communities, where growth is being enjoyed by all people rather than just a small proportion of the population, and where people are employed in jobs that aren't just financially rewarding, but where people get up in the morning looking forward to going into work rather than feeling stressed or anxious or wishing that they had an alternative job or an alternative pathway in life.
Ken, final question. Brexit. I won't go into too much detail. It's a topic which is going to go on and on, I feel. But what message would you give to Welsh businesses that are feeling that uncertainty at the moment?
Well, it's important that businesses, whilst they're looking for certainty, prepare for the worst. And the worst case scenario is a no-deal Brexit. In order to prepare for those circumstances where businesses will face immense challenges, it's important that they work with Welsh Government, that they seek advice through Business Wales or directly from our officials, and that they visit the Business Wales Brexit portal to undergo the diagnostic procedure to test exactly whether they're prepared for a no-deal Brexit, and if not, how they can ensure they are prepared.
Ken Skates, Minister for the Economy and Transport, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Ken.
Thanks very much, Mark. It's a pleasure.